Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read for Tuesday. I hope all is well. Let's begin and do some shuffling and get an overall energy for this day, and then we'll see where the reading takes us. So to begin, the Nine of Cups. I recently have had to start readings over several times in order to get it right, this reading being no exception to that. But in one of the past attempts, I have to say that I got the Nine of Cups as well, and that reiterates that this is definitely one, if not the overall energy for this day and surrounding it. So I feel like there's a golden vibe about your energy, about the way you're glowing and how you're going about doing what feels necessary and even what doesn't feel necessary, right? So they want me to label that as plus some. So I feel like you are beaming with excitement for the possibilities of what lies ahead, the results of something you decided on and or are deciding on moving forward. It feels like there's a wish fulfillment on your mind in regards to getting that new job, that new friendship, or maybe a new commitment of some sort, a new place to live or a different type of investment. It feels like something, it could be new levels of success, new money on your mind. I wouldn't be surprised if you're thinking about how to make it further in life and not settle for less than you deserve, less than you are destinedly meant for. But it feels like there are little treasures throughout this day to be experienced, to be acknowledged, and to be broken down if need be, if you intuitively feel that is necessary, because I wouldn't be surprised if this is a day of little, they're saying pockets of experiences, observations, little synchronicities here and there, things connecting to the possibilities for the future. I feel like spirits having fun, certain spirits are having fun with you as far as what they're drawing you to look at, what they're pushing you to experience in that moment, to realize, to remember, maybe both. It feels like there is, even when it comes to what they push you to accomplish in that moment or to wrap yourself up with, maybe when it comes to stepping away from a situation or an occurrence, it feels like a very purposely guided kind of day with certain twists and turns and little bits of fun added into it, if I could even say it. Again, let's view it as little treasures to be experienced, acknowledged, and benefited from. Okay, let's pull a fortune cookie card or two, because yeah, let's spice it up. I've been using the same tarot deck due to my scenario, but to continue. Jealousy, interesting. Watch who you trust with your personal secrets and plans. Spend time outdoors with nature to reconnect and replenish. So Spirit's saying there's one, if not multiple people that you're being forewarned about for the near future. Either way, I feel like this is somebody who you've already met. It's not somebody, they're showing me a question mark for the future, but it feels like there's somebody at a distance, potentially. They could be, you know, physically close to you. But I sense that there's somebody they're highlighting for whatever reason that's jealous. You could find this as more so your online presence, and there's certain jealous people, and you can feel that, sense that, maybe see deeper what's rooted beneath their comment or whatever the case may be, their action. But what stood out to me on this card, putting the jealousy aspect aside, they're saying spend time outdoors with nature to reconnect and replenish. Beautiful. So Spirit's saying, yeah, there's a golden vibe about you, but you may find that there's even more so a golden vibe about you and your energy, your glow, and the feeling you're one with and giving off when you're outdoors. Okay, so nature's going to be your best friend. They're saying go on a frickin' walk. This is a day to do it, whether it's on your break at work, whether it's more so you're just doing things at home. Could be you have space to fill up or you just need a break. Otherwise, go outside. But yeah, you may find that your love life or lack thereof, which is also on your mind. Let's pull a couple more tarot. The Sun card just did a flop out of the deck. I feel like this is a day for you, my friend, where you're feeling sunny. You're thinking about endings, new beginnings, thinking about what's going to make you happier moving forward. When certain things make you feel like you're beaming, maybe not with excitement, but contentment, happiness, once again, that joy, that warm feeling. Even if the weather isn't warm, you may be the warmth in that situation or that moment. Spirit's saying, let's pinpoint, let's notice what's making you feel more so golden, more so glowing, and just happy overall. Because that's absolutely, or should be, nonetheless, at the top of your priority list. The number, okay, not 1010, but because I, for some reason, always want to think the Sun card is 10, because 10s do talk about completion, and the Sun card can as well. But they're saying add up the number 9 and 1. We get 10. So 1010 is a number, and 2 9s on the board as well. It feels like you're step by step, moment by moment, accomplishment by accomplishment, making your way towards more. But then there might be a feeling or a factor of things lessening or heading towards more of a state of lack while you're heading towards more in another way or in general. And Spirit saying where there is any sense of lack or I want to say loss. Let's just label it that. There could be a better word for it, but wherever that ends up being for you, I feel like there is replenishing and rewards taking place moving forward to ease your mind, your concerns, and just to help benefit you in regards to whatever that is for you. And that could be more than one thing, of course. Let's pull a couple more. The Judgment card, interesting, because this was one of the main energies that came out in one of the attempts. And so Spirit's saying it was meant to come out, just not as the main energy. But it feels like you're releasing bad habit or a bad habit or two, if I could speak. Things that maybe make you nervous. Spirit's saying release an old viewpoint on a situation that was very much built up and concreted, became more concrete over time due to what you went through, right? It reminds me of me needing to at times eliminate or minimalize my view or certain ways that I approach living here in Los Angeles due to the period of time I lived here before. Spirit saying it's a completely different chapter. This is a different time period, and you're a different version of yourself than you were then in certain ways. So let's just kind of flow with the fact that things aren't the way they once were and will end up 10 times better than you maybe once hoped for, or again, how they did end up, right? How things did end up for you. As I do stumble a bit, I do feel like for some, going back to the jealousy card, there might be some honesty in regards to that, tied to that. But I do feel like all the meanwhile, Spirit's saying you're doing a pretty damn good job of this dance with life, or this dance that we call life. Whether you realize that fully or at all throughout this day. I feel like you at times are wondering why something feels like a little bit of a struggle and then it feels quite easy. Spirit saying we're pushing you to not give up. You might find that certain levels of spiritual messing with throughout this day and surrounding it doesn't feel as harsh, or it's not affecting you as much as maybe in a different chapter, regardless of what that looks like or looked like for you. And Spirit saying, do we think it's partially protection? Maybe. Possibly. Do we think it's partially because you are, you've grown, changed, matured, dealt with 10 times worse before, or something similar in general? Possibly. I wouldn't be surprised, but it feels like overall, it's just a new chapter, and Spirit saying this is the way it's meant to be. Everything up until this point has prepared you for what's at hand, right? Has led you towards things feeling less than they once did in a positive sense. Does that make sense to you? Anyways, sorry as I do ramble a bit. The Lover's card. It feels like you're loving certain aspects of this day, your life, maybe your choice or two, things working out for you. It feels like even the small things feel quite invigorating or just satisfying, on point. Or at least more so than they once did or could have, or in comparison to the past in general. But it feels like people also are sending you loving vibes, compliments, praise. It's a day where you're feeling a connection to yourself, to your surroundings, those moments, experiences. But it feels like there's a connection between you and a community, or you and one person or specific people, and this is being highlighted as a very important connection for you, regardless of what it looks like for you and what benefits it brings you and that other person or people or situation. Okay. I also feel like you're thinking about how different you are in comparison to other people or certain factors of your day to day life, your surroundings. And I feel like Spirit's saying the differences, the things being black and white and a little bit in between here and there. And it makes things, they're saying spicier, different. It makes things a lot more enjoyable, all right, and less boring all the meanwhile. And so I feel like this day might remind you that you deserve to live, they're saying to an extent, a complacent, a happy, comfortable life, but also you deserve to live a life where, at least at times, if more for some, obviously, than others, where things feel more exciting, spicy, right? Colorful all the meanwhile. And they're saying this day may just remind you that there are different types of color, different types of happiness and comfort all the meanwhile. I feel like this day might feel quite simplistic if you were to take a step back, but it's more complex than it feels or even is intended to be. And I sense that this is a day where you're being reminded that your future is quite bright. Your past was beyond purposeful, and what you have at hand, even more purposeful. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful, if I could say it. I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your day, and I'll see you next time.